Hey, Randy. Sorry I didn't notice your messages. So you have a favor to ask me? What is it?
Sorry to have to ask you this, sweet cheeks, but I really need some money.
What? Again? What is it this time? I'm not getting you another new phone, if it's that again. I just got you a new one last year. You can get at least another 2 years out of that one.
It's not my phone.
What is it then? A game? I just got you a new game for your birthday. I'm not getting you any more games, Randy.
Not for a game.
What do you want it for then? I'm sorry, but we're not in any position to be buying luxuries. We need to tighten our belts a little.
The favor isn't for me, it's for my mom.
Your mom needs money? Why? What happened?
It's the house. It's approaching its best before date if you catch my drift. She won't be able to carry on living there much longer at this rate. It's been falling to bits for a while now. One day it'll be a door coming off its hinges, the next the hot water will just stop working for no reason. What's more, the roof's been leaking like crazy ever since the typhoon a few months back.
Really? I had no idea. That typhoon was nuts. They said the wind speeds were once in a century on the news. I honestly thought our windows were gonna be put out. I'm not surprised it did lasting damage to your mom's place.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, she's been asking me to help since a few years back now. It's not like I'm good at DIY, and I didn't really see exactly what I could do for her, so I always said no. But this time that place is really a disaster waiting to happen. I'd feel awful if I didn't help her fix it up and she had an accident. House is a death trap.
So you mean she needs some money to fix the leaky roof?
This is the thing. Fixing the roof would only be the beginning. There's just so much wrong with the place, I think we need to take some more drastic measures. Honestly, I think it's time for a renovation. The problem is, me and my mom don't have any money. I hate to ask you this, but would you mind giving us a little something out of your savings? You saved a lot back when you were single, right?
Me?
Well, please, Jessica, you're the only one we can count on. It's not just the leaks themselves either. Mom says the roof's full of mold because of all the water, and you know how dangerous it can be to breathe that stuff in. I'm seriously worried about it. We have to do something about that house.
A renovation, huh? A house that old is gonna need a lot of work doing on it. Renovations that big don't come cheap.
You're not wrong. It's almost 80 years old now. It's a miracle it made it this long without having any major work done. Nothing lasts forever, though. I think all the plumbing's probably gonna have to be replaced, too.
Probably. I wonder if my savings will even cover it?
Come on, babe. I bet you'd have enough money to buy a house from scratch if you wanted to. How much could a renovation on my mom's place hurt? I bet you'll barely even feel it, and my mom will be over the moon. Besides, we'd only be borrowing it. You'd get it all back eventually. So what'd you say, babe? Look, I'm begging you here. She said me and you are welcome to move in with her after it's all done.
Wow, really? Your mom said that?
Now, she was the one who suggested it, actually. I think she might be lonely without my dad around. Anyway, don't forget me and you will be inheriting the place one day. Think about it. Living there could be just what we need. We get to save money on rent, we can keep my mom company, and we can get used to living in our future home. I only see benefits. You always dreamed of us having our own home, right?
I see. I never thought she'd let us live with her. I guess that does change things. You know what? In that case, let's do it. So who's gonna be doing the renovation? Know any good companies?
Yeah, we haven't decided yet. We need to do some research and get a feel for what the market price on that kind of thing is first. Actually, now that you mention it, we're hoping you could find us someone. Yeah, don't you have any connections from your old job? You used to work for a construction company, right? I wouldn't know the first thing about building houses, and you see stories on TV all the time about cowboy builders ripping people off by doing a shoddy job and disappearing with the cash.
I was just a receptionist. I guess there are a few people I can ask, though. There's no risk of running into any shady types if I ask around at my old company.
You're the best. You have no idea. I want to come over and give you a nice big sloppy kiss right now, sweet cheeks. My mom's gonna be ecstatic when she hears the news. Now she can finally start living like a normal human being again for the first time in years. I always felt uneasy about having her live all on her own in that dilapidated old house. I couldn't shake the feeling I'd failed her as a son.
I don't mean to be rude or anything, but to tell you the truth, it always seemed more like a haunted house than a home to me.
You can say that again. You have no idea how much I hate going in the summer. I've never seen somewhere so riddled with cockroaches. She even had a family of raccoons living in the attic one time. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see the little rascals with my own eyes.
I always felt so uneasy on the stairs because they're so steep. It's a miracle she managed to get by her own there all this time.
No kidding. Like I said, she's been talking about renovating the place for a while now. But the money dried up when my dad's business went bust. They didn't have the leeway to fix up the house because they were so preoccupied with putting food on the table month to month.
You did say she had a rough time of it in the past.
My mom's always been good to me. And I wanted to have the whole place renovated on my own dime as a way of thanking her for everything she's done, but my salary isn't exactly big league. Like, it feels pathetic to say it, but I don't even have any savings. That's why I'm super grateful for you, babe. I mean it. I can't thank you enough for this. Huh? You're off work today, right? Did you go out somewhere?
Did you just wake up? I got a call from the construction company, so I'm heading out to talk some things through with them. They said when they started taking the house apart, the supports and foundations were a lot more water damage than they expected. They said they wanted to discuss where we go from here.
Yeah, I knew it. So it's rotten to the core. I guess it was naive of me to think everything would be fine after all this time. It's plain to see how messed up the floor was. It's not that hard to imagine it would have seeped through to the foundation.
The guy told me the entire thing would have to be ripped up and replaced. Obviously, it's not going to come cheap, though. He told me to be ready for the possibility of it coming to a lot more than we first expected. Apparently, they have a system where they can get secondhand materials at discount price. That's what he wants to talk to me about today.
I see. Not gonna lie, I don't understand any of this, babe, so I'm just gonna leave it to you.
I explained everything to your mom, too. She said she wouldn't be coming either. Are you guys sure about this? This is our house we're talking about, and it's gonna be yours one day. Are you sure you don't want to hear what the construction company has to say?
It's not that we don't want to hear them out, it's just that we've got such a high level of trust in your ability to deal with this and see to it that my mom gets the renovation of her dreams, that we don't see any point in coming. Besides, you know everything we want doing with the place, and you worked in construction, so you're a lot more knowledgeable about all this than we are.
I already told you I worked on reception. I really think you should both listen to what they have to say, Randy.
Even if we did listen, what then? I'm not exaggerating when I say we know literally nothing about construction. They may as well be speaking a different language. It would just be a waste of mine and my mom's time. A receptionist picks up a lot of info about a workplace. But besides, you were there for a long time. You may not realize it, but your brain is a treasure trove of construction knowledge.
I'm not sure exactly what you think a receptionist does, but I can assure you I know next to nothing about the actual work itself. I mostly dealt with appointments and administrative stuff.
That still makes you a damn sight more in the know than me. Look, I'd probably only complicate things the second I open my mouth. You don't need me in your hair, babe. Things will go a lot more smoothly without me. Besides, you're the one paying for everything. It's gonna be your house one day. You can make these decisions on your own.
I'll still be anxious about moving things forward without any input from you. Anyway, my house? What are you talking about? I think you mean it's gonna be our house, not mine. I have a stake in this, and you should listen to what the construction company has to say.
Ah, jeez. Would you just drop it already? You're like a broken record. Look, you're my wife. It's a wife's job to deal with all things house-related. Like, surely you want to be the one to decide on the flow of the layout, since you're going to be the one doing the housework. I don't know jack about that.
Sure, I like to have a say in that. But still, deciding everything alone?
Relax. I said it's fine. Look, you have amazing taste, babe. I know that whatever you decide on will turn out great. You know what me and my mom want, so using that as your basis, mix in your own natural genius and talent and do something amazing with the place. We're giving you full creative license.
I'm just gonna tell them what you and your mom said.
Okay, just make sure you tell them so they do something amazing with the place. We're counting on you.
Don't you just getting a little... I have no idea you'd palm off the entire job on me like this. How is it fair that I have the weight of something this important on my shoulders? The least you can give me is some input.
I'm not palming anything off on you, babe. Don't be so dramatic. We just have a lot of faith in you.
That's a clever way of saying you're making me do everything. Would it really hurt you or your mom to help me out just a little bit on this? It's not like I'm asking you to do anything major. Whoopee! I'm finally on my way to my new house. Thanks for all your hard work, Jessica dear. You're a star. Your savings have been indispensable in turning that worn-out old shack into the home of my dreams. Is this how you treat your daughter-in-law, who just paid to have your entire house renovated? To think you announced your son's divorcing me on the day we were both supposed to move in with you. You're horrible. Was this your plan, all along? To use me to get what you wanted, and then toss me by the wayside when you're done? Aw, I don't like your word choice, dear. Use and lost by the wayside? Made me sound very unpleasant, which I am of course not. But my son was fully on board when I told him to divorce you. Thanks for paying for the renovation on my house. Next up, a new daughter-in-law. I knew it. You were using me for my savings to get your house fixed up all along, weren't you? You and Randy make me sick. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Thanks for saving up so hard. It's only right you use that money to make your husband and his family happy. That is your job as his wife, after all, dear. Is getting kicked out and divorced part of my job as his wife, too? You got some nerve. Why, yes, dear. Since you ask, yes, it is. Wake up and smell the coffee. You have no value to us beyond your savings account. It's time for us to say our final goodbyes. You ugly cave troll. I'll see to it that Randy picks someone better looking next time. Actually, that won't do. He never did have good taste in women. There's nothing else for it. I'll have to find your replacement myself. You're enjoying every second of this, aren't you? I see you and my husband are just as stupid as each other. Have you still not noticed? Stupid? How dare you speak to me like that, you insolent little cretin? Noticed what? Did you really think I didn't figure out your scheme? I can read you like a book. I figured out. You're only using me for my savings a long time ago. You did? Well, good for you, darling. Congratulations. So what? This changes nothing. The divorce is already set in stone, and no amount of kicking or screaming will change that. Stop being a sore loser and accept your fate. Please, I could care less about the divorce. In fact, there's nothing I want more. I have no intention of clinging to a lowlife like him. I promise you one thing, though. You're not going to be laughing for long. I suggest you prepare yourself for what's coming, Jill. What does that mean? Are you threatening me? I couldn't help but feel like there was something fishy going on when you left the entire renovation on your house to me. It played on my mind. So I decided to take a look at Randy's phone while he wasn't looking. And what do you know? I realized exactly what was going on the moment I saw yours and his message history. You were snooping on my son? You vile creep!
You're messed up in the head, you paranoid freak.
You probably shouldn't have been so brazenly arrogant about what you were doing to me in those messages. Now I have no choice but to take a few retaliatory measures of my own.
Retaliatory measures? What does that even mean? What do I care? There's nothing you could possibly do to us now. The renovation is already finished. You have no power over us.
You're right. The renovation is finished. Your new house is ready and waiting for you. I really think you should go take a look.
What's that supposed to mean?
No time to waste. Go on, Jill. Hurry up and go home. I can't wait to see your reactions.
What have you done? This is my house?
That's the reaction I was waiting for.
You're behind this, aren't you?
Yep. You and Randy are gonna be living there starting today. Welcome to your new home. I wish you a life of happiness and comfort.
What the hell is wrong with you? I can't live in a house like this. The renovation's not even finished.
It most definitely is. You're looking at the finished product.
How can it be finished when the construction's only halfway done? You call this a renovation? Are you serious? It looks like it's ready for demolition.
You guys said I could do whatever I wanted with the place. So I did just that. Exactly what I wanted.
Forget wallpaper. These walls haven't even been insulated. It's just a skeleton. There's not a single door in the house. Even the front door is gone. This house isn't fit for a dog to live in, let alone me and my son.
It's cool though. Don't panic. There's method to the madness. Randy told me he wanted to go for a stylish theme, so I did some thinking, and that's when it hit me. There's nothing more stylish than minimalism these days. What I did with your place is obviously a more extreme form of minimalism, but that just makes it all the more stylish. Things like doors, windows, and insulation are nothing but leftover of a bygone age. You just don't get houses that innovative. You're gonna be the talk of the town.
Leftovers of a bygone age? But we need those things! What in God's name have you done to my house?
You have no right to complain after leaving everything to me. You had plenty of opportunities to have a say in the design. Not just you, but Randy too. It was nothing but, we're counting on you, Jessica, from start to finish. I tried and begged and pleaded to get you to take some kind of active role, even if only a small role. But it was like I was talking to a brick wall. If you don't like how it turned out, then you should have overseen the renovation your damn selves. You could have at least showed up once in a while to check up how things were going. The fact you only just noticed despite the fact the builders have been working on it for months makes this completely and utterly 100% your fault.
No, I simply cannot go along with this. Call the builders. Tell them to come back. Get them to finish what they started. They have a legal responsibility to do what you hired them to do.
You're right. They do. But they already fulfilled it. Because that is what I hired them to do. Besides, you seem to be forgetting the small issue of money. Who exactly do you think is going to be paying for this second renovation? You said it yourself. I have no value to you guys anymore. And Randy just divorced me. So, yeah, we're done. You won't be getting another cent out of me. If you want another renovation, do it yourselves.
Why do you think we had you pay for it in the first place? We don't have any money. You know that, don't you? You will not get away with this.
Nope, that's my line. We're still not done here. Because you'll be paying me back every last cent I shelled out for the renovation. I already hired a lawyer. Some letters should be arriving in the post any day now. Have you ever been to civil court before, Jill? I suggest you make the necessary preparations. Oh, and it's not just the renovation money you'll be paying me. You'll also be paying compensation for the emotional distress you caused me.
Do not screw us around, Jessica. You have my mom's house stripped down to its goddamn frame. She's crying her eyes out here because of you. How do you sleep at night, you psycho?
Oh, hi, Randy. You're there too. What do you think of your new house? I hope you and your mom live happily ever after there.
I said don't screw me around, woman. This ain't a joke. This is our lives we're talking about here. Call the builders now.
Sure, I can give the construction company a call, but that doesn't mean they'll do anything else to the house. They did exactly as I asked them. So, as far as they and the law are concerned, the work is finished. If you want something more livable, you should probably go ahead and pay for another renovation.
You've really gone and done it this time.
Gone and done what? Exactly what you told me to? You should be more careful when you tell people to do as they please.
Is this a joke? What construction company worth their salt leaves a house looking like this? Surely they don't think this is normal.
They're professionals, Randy. Which means they do as much work as they're paid for, and not a smidgen more. If you want more work done, then you'll have to pay for it. And by you, yes, I mean you. I'm done eating into my savings for a pair of hateful ingrates like you. You're probably better off keeping a hold of your money for the time being, though. You're gonna have my compensation to think about soon, and believe me, I won't be going easy on you.
I've heard revenge stories before, huh? But who the hell takes revenge like this? You might have been mad with us, but that doesn't justify leaving my mom's house in this state. Surely you see this is going too far. How could you do this to us? This house has been in my family for generations.
If it's so important to you, you probably should have paid more attention to it. Isn't there even a teeny tiny part of you that thinks this might be your fault? And please, going too far? This is exactly what you deserve for what you did to me. If anything, I didn't go far enough. Good luck finding a new wife to live there with you. Something tells me you might have your work cut out finding someone who wants to live in a wooden frame with you. But who knows? Stranger things have happened.
You psycho bitch. You'll never get away with this. I don't know where the hell you're hiding away, but I'm gonna hunt you down, and when I find you, I'm gonna beat the living daylights out of you. I'm so glad we're getting a divorce. Screw you.
Did you just threaten me? Do you want me to bring even more charges against you? We can do criminal court as well if that's what you want. I really don't mind. It just means I get more money.
What? Hey, what? That wasn't a threat.
You're not the one who gets to decide that. Question is, did I feel threatened? I can't tell you how terrified and anxious I am right now.
No, please, stop. No more charges, okay? I'm begging you. Sorry, I didn't mean what I just said. I just got worked up and my emotions got the better of me.
Okay, I guess I'll let you off the hook. To tell you the truth, having all those trials to deal with would be a pain in the butt. But you do well to remember this. If you ever speak to me like that again, I'll press charges. No questions asked. Do I make myself clear? Well, answer me. I don't take kindly to being ignored. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah.
Insulting and threatening me should be the last thing on your mind right now. You should be getting on your knees and begging forgiveness.
But please fix the house somehow. Me and my mom can't live like this. We'll die of frostbite.
Sure you can. I have absolute faith in you both. Get some blankets or something. I know you'll be fine if you just try your best.
Try our best? You're asking us to live in a frickin' wooden frame. We have zero defenses against cold, wind, or rain. It'll be more like camping than living in a house. Sure, there's technically a roof over our heads, but I hesitate to call it that.
Okay, So finish it up yourselves? It doesn't take a genius to hammer nails into planks of wood.
Don't be so ridiculous.
Then either quit your whining, suck it up, and give living there your best shot, or find somewhere else. Either way, you're not my problem.
How many times do I have to tell you we don't have any money? How can we find anywhere else when we're broke? Not only are we broke, we're somehow gonna have to figure out a way to keep coming up with the money for the storage container with all my stuff in. It was only supposed to be for a couple days. The bottom line is we're broke, so my mom's place is all we have.
Okay, looks like you don't have a choice then.
Please, will you just hold off on the whole compensation thing? We're gonna struggle enough as it is with how things are. We'd be finished if we had compensation to deal with on top of it. It's not that we won't pay. We don't have any way of paying you at this exact point in time.
Sure, have your way. How about selling off all of your belongings and canceling your insurance plan? Or why not try thinking outside of the box? How about quitting your job and retiring early so you can give me your entire retirement fund? Can you even do that? Ugh, I don't know, and I don't care. Anyway, the point is, you have more than enough ways of coming up with my money if you just use your head.
You're evil. How am I supposed to get by if I quit my job?
Not my problem. I don't care what happens to you as long as I get my money. You can both burn in hell for all I care.
Oh my god. Jessica, please tell me you don't really mean that.
Yes, 100%. And whose fault is it? Yours. You and your mom took me for a moron by manipulating me into fixing her house. And then you tossed me aside the moment you were done with me. That house is perfect for you now. I couldn't think of a more suitable place for a pair of scumbags like you to live. Looks like you weren't able to get your dream home or new wife after all, huh, Randy? I wish you and your darling mother the best of luck. You're gonna need living in that pile of junk. With that, the husband and mother-in-law from hell had nowhere else to go. They crept into the local garbage dump and stole some corrugated metal sheets to act as walls for their new house, desperate to make it livable somehow. It must have worked, because last I heard, they still live there. Apparently they even have a tent now. However, it wasn't all plain sailing. They were reported to the local authority by a concerned neighbor, and subsequently told to fix it up because it was dangerous. While all that was going on, I took the two of them to civil court, intent on getting my money back. I put in claims for the renovation money and compensation. They were forced to sell all of their belongings to come up with the money. Randy also quit his job to access his retirement fund because he mistakenly thought you weren't allowed to make withdrawals from it while still working. But it turns out you are. I only said that because I didn't know. He quit his job unnecessarily because he's too much of a moron to look into anything for himself. So now not only is his retirement fund gone, but he is also unemployed. Anyway, I got my money in the end, and that's all that matters. As for the terrible two, they didn't end up losing the house, but they also couldn't afford any more renovations on it. Which means, even to this day, the home passed down their family through the generations is nothing but a sorry-looking wooden frame. Having won back all of my money, and then some, I moved back in with my parents, where I'm currently living happily while saving up again. I have no idea what exactly I'm going to spend all this money on yet. But one thing's for sure, I'm spending it on myself this time.
Zoe, thank you again for taking care of my kids today. Both Jake and May say that they love being with you, so much and look forward to the next time they both will be over.
Good evening, Rihanna. I'm just glad to hear that both your kids didn't get too bored staying over here with me. I don't have a lot of games or anything for them to do, and my yard isn't big enough for them to really run around in.
That's fine, Zoe. Ah, and one other thing. Jake told me that you gave him a lot of vegetables for lunch. Maybe next time try and give him more meat or something. That boy doesn't like to eat vegetables, Zoe.
Wait, does he have an allergy to them or something?
No, he doesn't. He just does not like eating them. He told me that green things make him feel as though he's eating boogers and so won't be eating them anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just thought giving them a well-balanced lunch today would be good for them. And so I probably didn't end up giving him a lot of veggies.
Well, when it comes to May, she loves vegetables, so give her as much as you want. But Jake would like things besides green things. So next time, do vegetables for May, and meat or something for Jake. Maybe even just make them 2 separate meals in general to make it easy on yourself.
Oh, wait. Are you asking me to make 2 separate meals for them the next time then? And that's easy, you think?
Yeah, is that a problem?
I'm sorry, but that would be a bit much for me. It can't take that much time to make lunch for them while I work. It already took away 2 hours of my day as it is, just getting them to calm down and eat everything.
But it's just food for a couple of kids, so you can get it done in no time. How bad are you at working in the kitchen, Zoe? I'll ask my brother next time, and maybe he'll tell me what you've really been feeding to the kids.
Brianna, I've told you before that I have work to do at home, and right now is the busiest time of the year, so I really can't be away from my computer and phone all day to be dealing with your kids' food.
I know that. You work from home, right? And that's the whole reason I've asked you to watch my kids. You're already there, so what's wrong with letting my kids run around?
But just because I'm home doesn't mean that I'm not working my job. I may be working from home, but I'm doing the exact same amount of work as anyone else that has to go to their job site. So, I have to say it again, I don't really have time to always watch your kids.
But today you were able to look after them, right?
And that's because you came over unannounced and left them here with me. I didn't have any other choice at that point, or else I'd be leaving your kids on the street. So please, refrain from doing that again. It's been 4 times now this month that you've done that. And also, can you stop coming over here without telling me first? I can understand when you're really busy and forget, but every time is not acceptable. We're both adults, and we have to communicate with one another like adults.
Well, I'm always busy with other things, and that's why tomorrow I'll be leaving them with you again. There, this time I've told you that they're coming to stay.
Are you listening to anything I'm saying? I can't do my job when both of your kids are here. Both your kids are still very young, so I can't just leave them to care for themselves. I've already had to tell my boss a few times now about this, and she's starting to get impatient with me when it comes to always being late on my assignments. They are both your children after all, so either find time yourself to care for them, or hire a babysitter.
Want me to rely on someone else? You know that my mom has passed away, right? So, who would I be able to ask to take care of my kids besides you?
And this is the kind of situation where you go out and find someone that can look after them. There are plenty of younger people around looking for babysitting jobs that would love to come over and be with them while you're out of the house.
But it's because I don't know anyone else that I give them to you. I don't feel safe leaving my babies with someone that I don't know. If you just thought about my point of view for a second, you'd understand. You must be selfish or something if you're not willing to give them some of your time to help the family.
But I have a full-time job to tend to, and I'm in a pretty important position that requires me to focus on what's going on and keep up with my workload.
What about quitting your job? Can't be even making that much if you're working from home, right? And my brother, your husband, is working an actual job right now. So, there's no real reason for you to be working as well. How about you become my kid's babysitter for good? I wouldn't have to pay you anything, but I'll give you an IOU for the future.
I cannot just get up and leave my job. This company is counting on me to do my work. And if I'm not able to, they might ask me to start commuting back to the office, which is 2.5 hours away. Can you please stop trying with me already? I've given you my answer to this, so there's no need to keep trying.
Come on, I was just half joking right there. Don't get so worked up over this. You really are too serious to really have fun with, Zoe. You can't even take a joke, huh? I'm sorry, but this has been driving me up the wall a bit. If only you had a bit of humor in you, then I might be willing to act more kind to you. Like me, for an example. Everyone knows that I'm always joking around, and that's why they always listen to me. Alright. You should be taking it easy around me too. Well, anyway, I'd like you to watch my kids tomorrow, and there's nothing you can do about it. What? Hold on a minute, Rihanna. I told you that tomorrow isn't happening. I've already told you why. Can you please understand that I have work to do here and it doesn't involve caring for your kids? Rihanna? Where are you right now, Rihanna? I have a deadline that ends today and I really can't be handling your kids right now. Come and take them back with you. Today is seriously not the day for me to have me watch them. My manager is expecting the project handed in within the next few hours, and I only have half of it done for her. Well then, maybe you should have worked on it when you had free time. And besides, I have plans myself. What kind of plans could those be that require you once again to leave your kids here all day? I have to go to the hospital. My head has been hurting a little bit, so I needed to go in or else I felt I was going to pass out. And those kids were not helping me any with getting over it. That's probably just because you're hungover right now, Rihanna. When you were just here a bit ago, dropping the kids off, you smelled like pure liquor. I didn't think I'd ever smell that much alcohol on you, but it almost made me throw up. What are you talking about? Are you saying that their mother likes to drink in the middle of the day? How dare you? That's not what I'm saying. Just that you're probably hungover and need to take better care of yourself. This is coming from my husband, but he wants you to stop leaving your kids with me every day as well. I spoke to him about this and he says that at most you should only be leaving them with us once a month. Why should I stop though? You're my family after all, so it should be fine, right? I might be your family, but when I say I can't do it, that means I cannot do it. If you happen to come here again tomorrow with your kids, I will not open the door for you. I haven't been able to do my job recently, so I'll be going out somewhere now to get the work done. So please understand my situation and let this be the last day for a while. And that's totally fine with me. But if you aren't willing to leave the house open for me, then my kids will have to wait outside your house all day. That would be pretty careless of you, right? They could get hit by a car or something if they wander too far. Are you being serious about that? Yes, I am very serious right now. What's wrong with that though, Zoe? You just told me that you're fine locking them out of the house. Both of your kids are really young and you plan to just leave them outside my house? Don't be doing something so dangerous with them. Well, if you're so worried about them, then stay home and do your job with them around. You're too nice to be ignoring both my babies. Why are you doing this to me? It doesn't cost anything, right? If I had to leave them at the daycare or have a babysitter for them, it cost me quite a bit of money. And my family doesn't have that kind of money just laying around. But still, you can't just keep ignoring me by leaving your kids here every day. Shut up, Zoe. Jeez. You're my little brother's wife, right? What does that have to do with anything? Well, that means, by relation, you're also my wife. Huh? Normally I leave what happens to you up to my mom when deciding what to do here. But she's long gone, and it's my job to tell you what to do. Why are you thinking all of this that way? Because that's just how things go now in this family. And since my husband is the oldest in the family, and I'm his wife, do you really think it's a good idea to go against our word? This isn't about me going against what you ask or not. Anyway, I have things to deal with right now, so you have to help me by caring for the kids. Or better yet, would you be willing to pay me to have a babysitter? If you want a sitter, then maybe you should ask your husband to pay for them. And why are you always handing your kids off to me like this in the first place? What's your reason for it? I've heard you say over and over that you have to go to the hospital,
or that you have to run errands. But there's no way you have those things going on every single day. Is there something else that's taking your time away that we need to know about? Alright, listen. As a mother, I'd like to have a break every once in a while. I've had to care for those kids every day, and it's a 24-hour job watching for the both of them, and that'll go on for years, right? Do you not feel any sympathy for me having to go all through this? I haven't had kids of my own yet, so I'm not sure how you feel. But I do think that having to raise kids is a hard job for anybody, no matter who they are. But I think that in your case, you should be talking to your husband about how to handle your kids instead of me. Well, my husband doesn't do anything for me, so that's the reason I rely on you. Well, if that's the problem, how about we ask him to join us and discuss all of this? My husband and I will sit in as well and help the conversation along. Huh? No way! I've never had to talk with my husband about the kids, and I have no plans to. Well, if you guys are not able to have a simple discussion about this, then maybe you need to get yourself someone to help. No, thank you. My husband is working his butt off right now, making money for the family. But this has been really stressful for you, right? But that's why I want you to take care of my kids now. That's it. Once I've had some time to relax, I'll get right back to caring for those two. But if you do that, you're going to be causing issues with my life. I understand that you're in a bit of a predicament right now. So if you only bring them over once a week, I'll take care of them. But that only means once per week. Any more than that, and I'm going to bring this up with your husband. But I told you already that there's nobody else I can rely on. Why are you not listening to me? I've been trying to be nice to you about handling my kids, but you keep pushing back as though I'm the problem, Zoe. But this is hurting me. How about you have your husband's mom come and take care of the kids for a while? Huh? You're asking me to have my mother-in-law care for them? Yes. A little while back, while I was out finishing some errands, I came across the flower shop she works at, and she was telling me that she really wants to see her grandchildren. Huh? Why did you go and talk to her without me? No, I was just there to get some flowers is all when I ran into her. You didn't tell her anything about me having you take care of my kids, right? I did not. Well, if that's the truth, then I'm safe. Just make sure that if you see her again, you don't bring it up. If you do, then she'll start getting on about me about not seeing her grandkids. Or, why don't we ask her if she'd be willing to watch your kids while you relax? She already has way more experience than me with taking care of children, so they'd be far better off with her, right? Hey? If I was able to have her take care of my kids, wouldn't I be doing that already? You're an idiot, Zoe. Can you use your head when talking to me? Hey, Zoe, I bet you were the kind of girl that got picked on a lot when you were in high school, right? Huh? I'm asking if you're the kind of girl that's too weak to defend herself, so you were easy pickings for others in school, right? Well, the first time I met you, I could already tell that. Always thinking back that in school you must have been the one everyone made fun of. You probably had a lot of bullies, right? What are you talking about right now? I'm asking you to shut up and take care of my kids. I can see that you don't want to, but I don't care. And you sitting there trying to make excuses for me to not give you my kids is annoying as hell. But is there any reason for you to be talking to me about my past now? Oh, did I make you start remembering horrible memories of your school life? I knew that you were easy to pick on back then. I don't care what you think of me, Rihanna. Go ahead and imagine anything you'd like even. But what you think about my past and me taking care of your kids have nothing to do with one another. Oh, are you starting to get upset with me now because I started prying? But what I've said about you is the truth. Now, what happens if I were to leave my kids outside your house and you weren't there to let them in? They'd probably tell me and my husband about it later, and that might cause some drama in the family, right? Are you willing to destroy our whole family just because you don't like to help me out? I'm done here. I get what you're trying for here, and so I'm doing what I have to do. Perfect. You seem to have finally come around to me again.
Doing as I say has always been the way to handle things. Ah, and just as a little heads up, if you let my little brother know about this, I'm not sure what I might do to you.
Is that a threat?
It's not a threat. I'm just telling you that I'll really do something bad to you is all. And so to avoid that, you better continue to watch my kids when I say to. If you can continue to help me when I tell you to, then maybe one day I'll be willing to help you when you're in need. For example, if you need an alibi for having an affair.
I would never ask such a thing of you.
Well, that may be so. After all, I don't see why I'd ever want to help you. And I'm sure that you'd never cheat on my brother either. It was such a huge accomplishment finding a man to marry you in the first place, right? Just make sure you don't fool around any, or else you might not get the help you're looking for. Hey Zoe, where are you right now?
Where I am has nothing to do with you.
Huh? What the hell are you trying to hide from me? I had just started to think you'd finally gotten used to taking care of my kids for me. So what's up with you acting this way towards me now?
But Rihanna, you never tell me where you run off to when you leave your kids with me, right?
I'm not allowed to do that. And actually, I just saw you a second ago. Were you near the subway station? What happened to watching my kids? Don't tell me that you left my kids home and are going out by yourself.
Oh, don't worry about a thing. I left them with the babysitting pro.
Babysitting pro? What are you talking about? Did you actually hire a babysitter for them?
Actually, I have them with their grandma right now.
My mother-in-law is looking after them?
Yep. I had some errands to run today, and so I called your mother-in-law and let her take care of them for me.
You're kidding, right?
Not one bit.
But I haven't heard anything from her about this.
Yeah, that would be right.
Hey, you tell me what all is going on right now.
How about you wait for a little bit? I have some things I want to check on first.
Check on what? Hey! Why are you leaving my 2 babies with my mother-in-law? Don't tell me that the whole reason you've been so accepting of watching them is because you've had my mother-in-law to help you. Say something to me. Are you trying to make me cry right now?
Oh, I was just able to confirm it.
What have you been trying to confirm, though?
I was just making sure it's okay for me to tell the truth.
Huh? Are you fucking with me right now?
I'm going to say this very concisely. I had asked your mother-in-law, Patty, to watch over the kids for me, and as she's been doing that, I've been going out and looking into everything you've been doing. Rihanna, every day you've had me watch your kids has been because you go out to see another man, right? A man that is not your husband.
What? What are you talking about?
I have all the evidences I need, so there's no need to play dumb with me. Also, I made sure to tell your husband about this a couple of days ago.
Oh, what? My husband knows about this?
Yes.
But he's been acting so normal recently. Even though he went to his office like he always does, I never thought anything between him and I changed.
He was making sure that to keep you from stealing the kids, he kept a calm face. All to make sure that you wouldn't know that he was preparing for a divorce.
A divorce?
Well, yeah, Rihanna. You were giving up your responsibility of taking care of your kids so that you could get your salad tossed by another man. Is there any reason for him to not divorce you now?
Wait, but our kids are still too young to have lived through a divorce. Especially when that could mean being taken away from their own mom. Don't you feel any remorse for them?
You never watched them and would leave them with me to go have an affair. Do you think your kids need you around them?
Well, if there was a divorce, the wife usually gets the kids in the end. I'm sure that my husband doesn't want to lose custody of them. So there's no way he'd divorce me due to this.
Well, I heard otherwise from him. He told me that when he'd have days off, or when it was the weekends, you'd leave the kids with him while you ran off by yourself, and then during the week, you'd leave them with me. Since when have you been acting like a mother, Rihanna? I'm sorry, but the court isn't going to favor you with handing the custody of them to you when you couldn't even care for them in the first place.
No way!
I don't want to get divorced yet. Why are you saying that to me? Maybe right now's the time to go talk to your husband about that. Why the hell have you done this to me? I told you to never tell Patty or my husband. I'll never forgive you for this one, Zoe. I don't give a crap if you do or don't. I'm sure that back in your day, you always threatened kids into doing things for you like that. But fortunately, we are both adults now, or at least I am, and so I can actually stick up for myself. You are not going to be a bully to me, and we're not even in school anymore, so stop acting like you can get away with that childish behavior. I'm going to make sure your life is ruined forever. I'm sure the only one having their life ruined is going to be you, once your husband had had his way. And here's one thing. Stop trying to act as though they're kids that was easily picked on in high school can still be picked on today. We are over 18 now, so the law does not apply to the both of us, and I can make sure you burn in hell for acting that way you have been. I'm going to have you and my brother get a divorce as well then. My mom would be doing the same thing right now. I'm sure what she'd be really doing is cutting ties with you forever. Uh-huh? You have nobody that's on your side right now. Before you start trying to get all on me for being a good wife or not, you should try making sure that you can be a good mother to your kids. But it's all because you're so selfish and don't care about your responsibilities that things have turned out this way. It's about time you start acting like an adult. Please. What's going to happen to me? Is he really thinking of divorcing me? He told me that's exactly what he wants. He already sees that his mom will be here for him when you're gone to help care for the kids. So don't worry about Jake and May, and just enjoy life on your own now. Zoe, do something about this. I don't want this. I don't want to be separated from my husband and kids. Well, if you didn't want any of that, then maybe you should have taken care of your kids and stayed away from other men. Well, I can see that now. I just wanted to have a little fun and catch a fresh breath of air. Well, maybe you should have chosen another way to help refresh yourself. I don't want to be divorced. Zoe, I'll apologize for everything I've done. Please save me. Please come and help me. Hell no. I don't care about you, Rihanna. I care about your kids, and I care about your husband's well-being, but not you. And at this point, even if I wanted to help you, I don't have the power to. Patty has already told me that she wants you nowhere near her son or grandkids, and I know your husband isn't forgiving you for this. I know that you tried so hard to make me feel as though I wasn't trying hard enough for the family, but if you didn't want us all throwing you away, maybe you should have tried a bit harder. Thereafter, Rihanna and her husband discussed the divorce, but things didn't fully become completed until half a year later. Rihanna was a housewife her whole life, and even before the marriage, never had a job of her own. But I did hear she was able to pay off the settlement she owed for cheating by using all of her savings. Also, the rights to the children were also given her ex, and now she has to continue to pay child support to them every month. We're all aware that she's never worked a day in her life, but if she's not able to find a job soon, she won't be able to afford child support or to take care for herself. So at this time, she has to tough it up and try her best with whatever job she's offered to keep on track so that there's no more punishments handed to her. And as for the men she had been sleeping with, they were all met on a dating app, and she had quite a few of them. Because of this, she ended up having multiple different STDs, hence her always having to go to the hospital for things. She has asked that we help her pay to go to the hospital for her treatments, but my husband and I never planned to hand her a penny for that stuff. That is what she asked for when destroying her loyalty to her family. And I don't think a single person agrees that what she did was okay. The only thing I'll be willing to give her now is my hopes that she'll one day learn from all of this and grow into an actual adult. On another note, after the divorce had been completed, Rihanna's kids were sent home with their ex's mom, where they now live with her. She will even bring them to work with her sometimes to help around flower shop, and they all look like they're having a blast being there. And of course, whenever there is moments that neither of them to take care of the kids, my husband offered to care for them for the day. Both Jake and May are such cute kids, and I want to make sure that they are raised into proper adults so that they understand the wrongs of their mother one day.
Hi, Bessie. I'm really sorry I missed your call. I was at my new part-time job. Did you want something? Your new part-time job? Since when? I haven't heard anything about you working. Yeah, I started working from mornings until about this time during the week. Why? I'm surprised. This is all very sudden. Is this a roundabout way of trying to say my son's salary is too low? Huh? No, not at all. Then why in God's name have you started working part-time? Because the world's an unstable place these days and you never know what curveball life's gonna throw at you next. Kevin and I decided together it'd be best for me to work part-time so we can finally start saving properly. We were living from paycheck to paycheck before. Hannah's getting big now and her food bill's growing in proportion. Getting big? Oh, give me a break. She's 10 years old. She'll be 11 soon, though. Besides, I can easily make it home after work before she gets off school, so it's not like it has any effect on her. Plus, now we can afford to treat her to nice things more often. School this, treats that. Oh, you think you're so clever, don't you? You've got an answer for everything. You've always had a knack for answering me back. Sorry, I really wasn't trying to answer you back. I just want you to understand that me working isn't a bad thing. Didn't I tell you before? Hannah's a very clever little girl, which means you need to be there to support her as much as possible. She needs more attention than most children. Right, you did. You can't seriously claim you're keeping on top of the housework and looking after Hannah properly while going out to work 5 days a week. She has her entrance exams for that special school for gifted children coming up soon, you know. Do you really think this is the time to be playing Little Miss Independent in an office somewhere? You should be at home with your family. We don't know whether she's actually taking the exams yet. She's been taking private tutoring in the evenings, but she hasn't decided whether she's going to be taking the exams. Of course, we'd love it if she got into a school for gifted kids, but at the same time, it would be a lot of pressure. No wonder she doesn't know if she wants to take the exams if this is how you talk about them. She has no hope of passing with this lukewarm, half-assed attitude. You call this parenting? It's a dog-eat-dog world, Maria. All the other kids are working their damn butts off to ace these exams. Do you really think Hannah has the time to be dilly-dallying and navel-gazing? It's a mother's job to motivate their child. Kevin and I are putting what Hannah wants first. Listen, young lady, and listen good. My Kevin studied his ass off in high school to get into Peepston University, one of the most prestigious colleges in America. Do you think he'd be working at a major global company now if not for my forceful encouragement? Need I remind you that the only reason you're able to live a life of such luxury and comfort is because my Kevin pushed himself and endured a lot of difficult times? I don't need to be told how the world works by some wet behind-the-ears gold digger with no education who married my son by sheer fluke. I hope you don't intend to raise Hannah to be like you, thinking she can live independently without relying on a man. My granddaughter will not be going down the same path as you. Please stop talking to me like that. The only reason I'm being a little forceful with regards to matters in the home, dear, is because you're clearly only good for being a housewife. If you were capable of making more than my son, then I might make an exception. But your educational history and general attitude make it plain as day you'd never have what it takes to succeed in the business world. You've got some nerve working a part-time job as a high school dropout. You're just using this as a tool to get out of doing the housework and looking after Hannah, aren't you? I'm really not. You tell me, Maria, stay-at-home housewife or part-time housewife? Which one do you think has more time to devote to the home? Well, I think it's pretty obvious that a stay-at-home housewife would spend more time at home. Point proven! So you are just doing this to avoid the housework. Oh my God, wait a minute. You couldn't be... Could you? Is this all part of some scheme to find a new man? Huh? What? You hear about it all the time, cheating housewives. I'd never do that. Oh, would you look at that? Why so defensive, dear? I was obviously just kidding. I'd prefer if you didn't say stuff like that, even as a joke. Enough of this nonsense. The bottom line is that you're clearly not intelligent enough to be trusted to make your own life decisions, so you will do as I say. Thankfully, Hannah takes after her father and not you, but please, stop standing in the way of her chances of success with your unparalleled selfishness. Don't worry, dear, I know you'd struggle on your own, so I'm going to help you manage all aspects of your life. You name it, whatever it is, I'll be here with advice to put you on the right track. Cooking, exercising, gardening. Obviously, study would be wasted on someone with a brain as tiny as yours, so we'll skip that one. I'm not going to respond to your blatant insults because I know it wouldn't lead anywhere positive. But I want you to know that Hannah's happiness and success are my #1 priorities in life. I chose my new job very carefully, and my boss was kind enough to make some compromises so me working wouldn't have a knock-on effect on things at home, so please, you don't need to worry about anything. That's nice, dear. Unfortunately, I don't trust you enough to take your word on that. I thought maybe you'd start growing on me one day when we met for the first time 10 years ago, but if anything, I dislike you even more now. It still makes me uncomfortable to think of you as my son's wife. I've never thought of you as family, not even for a second. Maria, are you there? What's all this I'm hearing about Hannah spraining her finger? Yes, it's true, but you don't have to worry. It's not serious and it won't have any impact on her day-to-day life. Can she still grip a pen? It was one of the fingers on her right hand, wasn't it? She has it taped now, so it might be a little difficult for her to hold a pen right now. What? How the heck is she supposed to study if she can't even hold a pen? You're not fit to be a mother. I've got half a mind to report you to Child Protective Services. It's terrifying how relaxed you seem to be about all this. What is wrong with you? That's not true at all. Believe me, I wish this never happened. It's your fault that poor girl sprained her finger, Maria. Huh? How? I know you made her take ballet lessons. Why in the devil's name would you make her do anything not related to study? I heard she hurt herself dancing in a ballet class that had absolutely nothing to do with her studies or exams. This is what happens when you make moronic decisions without consulting me first. I didn't make her do anything, Bessie. She told me she wanted to sign up for ballet class, so I let her. Why would she be interested in ballet? I can't think of a more mind-numbingly boring activity than watching a bunch of kids prance around like fairies. That time could be better spent studying. I don't think it's boring. Apparently she wanted to give it a try after one of her favorite comic books did a ballet-themed story. She said she wanted to go to the sports hall to find out what it was really like. Comic books? You're letting her read comic books now? Yes, she really loves them. She said coming home from school and reading her comic books is her favorite part of the day. If she has time to be reading such drivel, then you should be making her study more. Goodness gracious me. Comic books, I mean, really. No wonder the world's going to the dogs if this is how kids are spending their time these days. Stop encouraging her to be interested in useless things. I don't think they're useless, actually. They make Hannah happy, and when she's happy, she feels more motivated to do the other, less fun things in her life. Not only that, but through comic books, she learns all about people's feelings and life experiences. When you think about it, comic books really aren't so different to novels. They provide rich, emotional experiences brimming with poetic sentiments, epic portrayals of scenarios, deftly concocting unique elements to construct unique worlds that stimulate the imagination in ways that few other mediums can. Make her read novels instead, then! Anyway, do you seriously think there's any point in having her do sports after all this time? She'll never become a first-rate athlete now. She's past her prime. Olympians are scouted at 3 years old these days. Why set her up for failure? Tell her to give up and get back to her studies right now. Jesus, Bessie, since when are we discussing her becoming an Olympic athlete? I don't think she's that interested. She just wanted to try it out. Jeez. All the more reason to make her quit before she wastes any more time. Oh, and that reminds me. I asked her what she wants for her birthday this year. Do you know what she said? One thing's for sure, I knew the moment she told me how horrendous your parenting skills are. What did she say she wants? A skateboard. What normal elementary school girl wants a skateboard? I can admit, for the sake of argument, it might not be that weird if she was a boy, but a girl on a skateboard? I almost fainted when she told me. Wait a second. You're not letting her hang out with the wrong crowds, are you? There better not be poor children in her friend group. Is it really that strange that she wants a skateboard? It seems pretty normal to me. You have got to be joking me. Go on. This is some kind of wind-up trick, isn't it? No one in their right mind could say that with a straight face. Oh, that reminds me. Your neighborhood's full of low-income families and criminals, isn't it? I can't believe my poor granddaughter's growing up in a slum packed with drifters, hobos, and high school dropouts. You seem to be forgetting that your normal and my normal are completely different things. Would you please stop this? I'd really appreciate if you didn't insult my hometown. All I'm doing is telling the truth, dear. What, am I supposed to pretend it's full of decent, respectable folk to protect your precious feelings? If Hannah goes off the rails, it's all going to be your fault. I hope you know that. You know, it's bad enough that she has your blood flowing through her veins. It's a miracle she didn't come out retarded. The last thing we need is you corrupting her with your 20 IQ parenting techniques. Oh, and that reminds me, don't bother coming to the wedding. You'll only embarrass us. What? Do you mean Amy's wedding? Kevin's cousin? Yes, of course I do. No one else we know is getting married soon, are they, moron? We'll be taking group pictures as a family, which means things will be tremendously awkward if you're there. You know how the saying goes, right? It only takes one rotten apple to spoil the bunch. Stay at home where your revolting poor person aura can't ruin anyone's day. Don't worry about what people might say. I've already started spreading the word that you won't be attending. I told Hannah yesterday, so she won't be surprised when you're not there. Right, I see. Next time, don't bother stressing me out by forcing me to go out of my way to cancel you. Here, let me make it simple. Never show your face at any family events ever again, you pathetic disgrace of a woman. If you do anything else to Hannah from here on out, I'll be taking custody of her and bringing her up myself. Do I make myself clear? Kevin might try and stop me, but I won't have it. This is my granddaughter's future we're talking about, and I will not risk her becoming a failure like you. I suggest you turn that peanut in between your ears up to full capacity and start thinking about how you're going to properly educate her. Maria, I heard about Hannah. That's my girl, isn't she just amazing? I heard she bagged herself first prize at the county literature contest. Yep, she sure did. They're even holding an awards ceremony next week. Woohoo! Hallelujah! Praise the Lord! I'll be there. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I always knew Hannah had literary talent. I noticed that whenever we speak over Peep's Messenger, her messages are always so simple and easy to read. They sure are. You know, it's funny. I always said she was like her dad. But the older she gets, the more I realize she's actually like I was in my younger days. Back when I was kicking ass and taking names in male-dominated workspaces. Clever and quick-thinking, determined and perspicacious, ruthless and tenacious, diligent, humble. You know, remembering the good old days like this almost brings a tear to my eye. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, yes, Hannah, right. I just know it. One day she's going to be a star with her name in shining lights. All that matters to me is that she grows up healthy and happy. There you go, talking utter crap again. I do wish you'd stop this, dear. You wouldn't happen to be a toxic parent, would you, Maria? You do know what one of those is, don't you? Excuse me? Go on, admit it. I know the thought of your daughter being more accomplished than you at the age of 8 fills you with overwhelming feelings of terror and insecurity. That's why you're trying to drag her down. Crabs in a bucket isn't supposed to apply to your own daughter, you petty-minded saboteur. Am I wrong? Something tells me I'm not. Yes, you're wrong. Of course you are. Hannah winning the county literature prize makes me more happy than I can put into words. I couldn't be more proud of how diligently she studies and how hard she works. But more than study or winning prizes, I want to let her focus on what makes her happy. I'll accept her whether she wins or loses. You'll accept her if she loses? Good grief. I feel more disgusted with you every time you speak. Are you done droning on yet? Thank you for making it clear what a supreme, irredeemable moron you really are. The more you talk, the more you strengthen my conviction that you're not a good fit for this family. Sorry, but to a mother, a child's happiness is the #1 priority. And you think I don't care if she's happy? It's precisely because I want her to be happy that I'm trying to encourage her to study. But unlike you, I want her to learn the skills that will make her happy for life. She should be at least focused on her studies until she's an adult. She can start having fun once she enters the grown-up world. Really? I could have sworn it was meant to be the other way around. Yes, really. However, there are exceptions in cases where a child achieves something truly magnificent. Then you should treat them to the most astounding first-class luxury to show them what's possible if they work hard. I think we should take her on a family vacation to reward her for winning first prize. A family vacation? I guess it's been a long time since we all went somewhere as a family. The pandemic restrictions really made it hard to leave the house, let alone go on vacation. Right, but things are finally easing up on that front, and with that and Hannah winning her prize, I can't think of better timing. I want to take her to my favorite holiday resort. It's more luxurious than you could imagine, and I mean that literally in your case. A high school dropout like yourself wouldn't be able to imagine how lavish this place is. You're right, I probably wouldn't. I never got to go on vacation much growing up. But thanks, Bessie. Hannah's gonna be over the moon when she finds out. Don't get the wrong idea, though. You are not coming with us on this vacation. My son and granddaughter are my only family. And this is a family vacation. Fine, I get it. Oh, you do? Fantastic. Maybe you do have a brain cell in there after all. You'd stick out like a sore thumb in this resort anyway. Decent, respectable folk of the kind who stay there can sniff out high school dropouts like you in seconds.
What's going on? Why won't you let Mom come on vacation with us? Why are you being so mean to her, Grandma?
Huh? What are you talking about, Maria? What has gotten into you all of a sudden?
It's Hannah.
Hannah? No way. Oh my God, is that really Hannah?
Yes. We can do a video call if you don't believe me.
It's fine, darling, I believe you. I know it might have looked like I was being mean to your mom, but I want you to know that I wasn't. It's just that your mom isn't related to me or your dad by blood, you see, sweetie. That's why she can't come on vacation with us.
But I'm related to her.
Maybe so, but do you understand that me and her are strangers? That means she's not family.
Oh yeah? Then how do you explain my friend Jessica? She's not even related by blood to her dad, but they're still family. Even Mr. Fisher, my science teacher, said so. That you don't have to be related by blood to be family.
Yes, but he didn't mean real family. If he did, he was probably just trying to look cool in front of everyone. Honestly, sweetie, I think it's time you stopped being friends with Jessica. Having people like that in your life never ends well.
Why should I stop hanging out with her? She's my friend.
Well, you see, Hannah, it sounds like you and her aren't a very good match.
Yes, we are. She's my best friend. Okay, here's a question for you. Are you and my grandpa who died family?
Well, yes, of course we are. It's precisely because we're family that your father was born.
But you and him weren't related by blood. That means he's not your family.
That's not quite how it works, sweetie. Things are different when you get married.
Nothing you're saying is making any sense. To me, it just looks like you're being mean to Mom for no reason. There's a word for what you're doing. Bullying.
Bullying? No, I'm not bullying anyone. Listen, darling, your mother said she didn't want to come with us on vacation. That's the real reason she won't be joining us.
I can read, you know. I saw all the things you said to her. Stop treating me like an idiot.
I'm not treating you like an idiot at all. I think you're a genius, Hannah. Kids as smart as you are few and far between, but sometimes you just have to accept that your grandmother knows best.
I know I'm not wrong. I'm not, am I? Go on, say it. That's not all. I know all the other stuff you've been doing to Mom. Like how you make her eat cold leftovers while everyone else eats freshly cooked food when we go over to your house. Dad didn't notice, but I did. I always wondered why you were doing it. You make her eat dried up food to make her feel bad, don't you? Admit it.
No, dear. It's not like that at all. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. I probably just made a mistake. Of course I want your mom to eat my delicious home-cooked meals.
Liar. I do lunch duty at school, so I know. I know that if you were feeding everyone from the same pot, there's no way it'd go all dried up and crusty like that.
Listen, Hannah, if it ever seemed like I was being mean to your mom, it was only because I wanted her to be a better mother to you. I was never trying to be mean or bully her.
She already is a good mom, the best mom in the world. I would never have won that prize for the literature contest at school if not for her.
Your mom helped you win that? How? Surely that was because of your own hard work.
Mom's been reading books every day since she was a little girl. She reads regular books, novels, manga, anything you can think of. She knows so much stuff and she always teaches me interesting things. I would have never been able to write my story if not for her helping me.
Wow, really? I had no idea.
That's why I got into reading books and started writing myself. My mom's amazing. She can do anything. She's the smartest person I know. So you better stop being mean to her.
Okay, Hannah, I'll stop, I promise. I'm really sorry I was mean to your mom. I swear I'll never do anything like that again.
I'm not the one you should be apologizing to. Mom is. But you know what? I never want to see you again. You're a big mean bully and I hate you. Bye.
Hannah, no! Wait, please! I'll say sorry to your mom. Please, just give me one more chance. I'm begging you. Hannah's not reading your messages anymore. Maria? Yes, Maria. You have to set Hannah straight. Tell her the truth. Explain to her that I wasn't bullying you. Why would I do that? Are you telling me to lie to my own daughter? Anyway, she already knows the truth. Lie? No, it's not like that. Is there really any need to drag an 8-year-old child into our business? You're right, there isn't. I couldn't agree more. I don't see any need to go out of my way to explain this ridiculous situation to her either. Which is why I made a point of never saying anything bad about you in front of her. Even still, she knows. Children aren't stupid, and especially not Hannah. It doesn't take a genius to realize how differently you were treating me to her dad. Liar! You say you've made a point of never bad-mouthing me in front of her, but you showed her our goddamn chat logs. Nope, she stumbled on those by accident. But my mind is made up and my will is firm. I worked so hard to try and win your approval and have you accept me as a member of this family, but I'm done. I am so done. I don't want anything to do with you from now on. I'm terminating our relationship. Forever. Don't say things like that. All I did was give advice. Everything I said with yours and Hannah's best interests at heart, I swear. Perhaps sometimes my words seemed a little cold, but you know what they say. Sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind. I see. So insulting me for being a dumb high school dropout and banning me from all family events counts as advice now, does it? It's actually really impressive, Bessie. You know all these definitions for words that I never knew existed. You're a genius. I see. Fine. I'll apologize. I'm sorry, okay? I promise I'll never be mean to you again. Can we all be friends again and put this silly drama behind us now? Go on. Go and set Hannah straight. I don't want to hear any more of this nonsense about never seeing her again. You really are something special, huh? Even while apologizing, you can't resist barking orders at me, can you? Kevin's with us on this one, by the way. He says having you in our lives is too stressful and he can't take it anymore. It's not just me and Hannah who never want to see you again. None of us do. What? No! No! I didn't feel like causing a big drama when I was the only one being affected by your toxic behavior, but Hannah knows now, which obviously means she told her dad, too. There's no reason for me to carry on putting up with you anymore now that the cat's out of the bag. No, wait. Hold on for 1 second, young lady. I just apologized, and this is how you act? Hannah is my only granddaughter. You can't do this. You can't kick me out of my own family. You can't. You can't. How am I supposed to live on my own? Not my problem. How about looking in the mirror and asking yourself how you're so rotten to the core that you were able to continue bullying me for 10 whole years? You had endless chances to make this right. Maria, please. I'm so sorry. I mean it. I've never been this sorry about anything in my life. Listen, Maria, if you want to know the truth, it's not that I don't think of you as a member of this family, because I did. I did the whole time. It's just that I was too stubborn and prideful to admit it to myself. But this has been the wake-up call I sorely needed. I can see it now, how horrible I've been, how much unnecessary pain and torment I've put you through. I'm ready. I'm finally ready to change my ways. It's time to turn a new leaf. Get ready to see the new Bessie. I'm fine, thanks. I'd rather not meet her. You know, it's funny. I think a part of me tolerated it because I had this impression that, oh, it's fine, that's just how people are when they get old. But I realize now that that was just a baseless rationalization I came up with to avoid conflict. In that sense, I wasn't being honest with myself either. But I can see things clearly now. Anyway, I'm done speaking to you. I hope you spend the rest of your retirement in soul-crushing loneliness and isolation. Maria, please forgive me. I'll stop bullying you, I promise. That means forever. I'll treat you like royalty from now on. If I ever do anything to annoy or upset you, or if I behave inappropriately in any way, I want you to tell me straight away. And I'll do everything in my power to improve. I'll treat you like my very own daughter. It's cool. I'm good, thanks. Hannah already called you out on your inappropriate behavior, so there's nothing left for me to say. Feel free to carry on being your old rotten self. Treat me like your own daughter? Yuck. I'd have to be insane to want a mom like you. With that, all relations with the mother-in-law from hell were terminated. When I reflect on her 10-year-long campaign of abuse, I realize that I should have gotten rid of her a long time ago. But when I was younger, a big part of me wanted to win her approval. And I thought that if I could just show her how hard I was willing to work to do that, she'd accept me one day. I also found it difficult to find the resolve to break ties because of what a good grandma she was to Hannah. Which meant for a long time the don't rock the boat side of me won out. Ultimately, it wasn't me who changed things, but my amazing, brave, clever daughter, Hannah. I would never have imagined in a million years that she'd give her grandma what for like that. And my jaw almost hit the floor when I read her messages. But I'm grateful and proud in equal measure for her giving me the opportunity I'd been waiting for. Not long after I said my goodbyes, Kevin got a bunch of messages from his mom desperately pleading for forgiveness and apologizing profusely. Why did she do it through Kevin, you ask? Because me and Hannah blocked her immediately. Unfortunately for Bessie, Kevin was sick and tired of her, and he vented his disgust to her in a very spicy, expletive-laden message. He's been ignoring her ever since. It turns out she wasn't only horrible to me directly, she'd been going around spreading vicious lies and bad-mouthing me behind my back, too. Eventually, none of her friends or relatives wanted anything to do with her either. She's totally alone in the world now. What can I say? What goes around comes around. It must have all come as quite a shock to her because I heard from one of her neighbors, who also happens to be my friend, that every time he walks past her house, he sees her crying hysterically, alone in her armchair. Do I feel sympathy? Not an ounce. She brought this on herself. I never want to see her again for as long as I live, but if Hannah ever changes her mind and wants to meet her grandma again, I won't try and stop her. I have no idea how long she'll be angry with Bessie or whether she'll ever decide to forgive her at all, but in any case, I hope she continues wallowing in the pain of regret over how she treated me. Who knows? Maybe this could be an opportunity for her to reflect on her behavior and become a better person. Life without the stress of being bullied by my mother-in-law is great, and me, Kevin, and Hannah are having a blast. I feel blessed to have such an amazing family, and I count my lucky stars every day. They're my number one priority now, and I'm determined to work as hard as I can to make them happy and give them both the lives they deserve.